Hello, Diana here. In our last lesson, we learned how to animate without having to animate using the FFD tool, which has all kinds of little presets that you can use, or you can actually do it yourself and make an object move by itself. Now, it's really a cute thing, but if you watch it, it's kind of, chunky looking. So I wanted to see what I needed to do to make it a little smoother and a little more fun. So let's take our little fish and go back to the composer mode, select our little fish, and let's add some bones to it. So we're going to add some bones, and I'm just going to make one thing I noticed when I was playing with it is the smaller the bones, the more the movement. The less the bones, the smoother the movement, but less movement. So now we have our bones made, and we're going to do something cool, and that is use the springs. Now, we don't have it selected yet so that we can actually use the springs. So let's highlight our bone 1 through 9, and we're going to assign it to a group. You just click that button, and now all of it is in the default, which allows us to select a movement for our little fish. And we can use the predefined, or we can just make our own. So we're going to select everything, and let's find out what happens if we use just the default for the little fish. So we're going to click on the default. We're going to go back to the scene, and now let's see what happened when we added that to the fish. Well, it didn't do much. So let's undo that. Go back to our little fish, and let's try rubbery this time instead of the slow one. So go back to the beginning. Oh, look at that. He looks so much more relaxed and with a little wiggle instead of just the movement. I think that's just wonderful. So let's leave that, and let's go back to the beginning. Let's select our little jellyfish, and when we hit on the spring bone without, if we don't have bones, see, you get this message, there's no bones. So we have to click on him, go back into our composer mode, click on can't do anything yet, so we're going to click and add bones. Pin it. And we're going to make this just little bitty bones, so we'll get a lot more action. Now we have the bones, and we need to put them into a group. So we select all of them, and we're going to assign it to a group. So now everything's in a group, and we can actually use it with our animations. Now I'm going to go ahead and select everything. Let's try it with the rubbery just to see what happens again. So we're going to select rubbery, go back to the beginning, and here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, I like that. Everything is a little more fluid, a little more movement, and all we did was add bones and add a little movement with the spring editor. Hope you learned something. See you in the next lesson. Have a great day, Diana.